No, I know. I just want to hear what you guys have to say.
Do you?
They educate me, so...
Do you really want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. Good.
You Steve Nesbitt?
That's it.
No idea how you come across. Sorry, dude. You really come across.
You know, I realize I'm coming to a party where I'm not probably invited.
No, wait a minute. No.
It's a
You have
party
a right to
people you
speak and you have a right to your opinion, and I really appreciate public discourse. But you were an example.
What is your name?
Lynn Wassly.
Okay.
You're an example of somebody who has really intimidated me. If not personally,
You
my
bully and
message, my
intimidate.
thought.
Did you know that?
Yeah, and I know that's probably not your intention.
Oh,
but
it
I think,
is.
well, I don't.
How do you?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm
saying
really
I
not.
don't know.
I'm really here to learn from what you guys have
I'm
to
saying
say,
I
not
don't know what
to
your
defend
intention is.
myself.
All I
So
can
if you
say-
want to
okay.
attack me, that's
I'm
fine.
not-
Actually, I don't mind talking to you. Okay, I really don't.
Did I just attack you? I said,
No, but
said, this is how it-
I know how it could go here
no,
because
it won't go.
I've been.
It won't go. Okay. I'm saying this is what I
That's
feel
fine.
by what you're saying.
In fact, why
By
don't
what
you do
you're
this?
saying. That's what I'm saying to you. That's how I'm feeling.
That's
okay?
fine.
That's all.
That's fine. Give me contact me and we'll talk. I don't mind listening to what you have to say.
I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say in a nice way is, I don't know what your intention is. I'm not inside your head.
My intentions are for my community.
Okay,
It's not
good. Okay.
it has nothing to do with actually what's going
Steve,
on
it's
here.
our community. It's not your community.
But what I can say is,
I'm not.
what you say
You're
and
twisting my words.
How you say it, the way I take it, it feels intimidating to me. It feels like bullying to me. It may not be what you intend. That's how it feels from my end.
I don't recall your name. I don't recall interacting with you.
I've written on the IJ posts. I'm very active in Novato and Stand Up Neighborly Novato. I started that group.
Okay.
And I've been very active in Novato. I'm known as the libtard. That's what I get called in Novato.
What's that?
The libtard. That's what I was always called on the path.
Well,
And
have I called you that?
No, I'm not
Okay.
saying you have. I'm not saying you have. I'm not saying you have. I'm saying you're one of the names, one of the people. When I see the name, I immediately go.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I'm just saying, for what it's worth.
Actually, one of the reasons I'm here is so you can actually see who I am and understand I have different.
I don't mean to. It's not an attack. I have no idea where you're really coming from or what your intention is. Okay? I don't know.
What's the problem that you have with me?
I don't have anything personal. You're just one of those names that when I see your name, along with Richard Hall, there's a number of them. There's a number of them from Novato, like Bob Ratto. I mean, there's a whole list of them. That when I see those names, of course you're connected. Of course you are connected. Of course, and there's nothing wrong with being connected. There's nothing wrong with any of it. There's nothing wrong with your opinion, even if I disagree with it 100%. It's the way it's presented. It's the way, like if I write something, here's an example.
Sure.
I wrote the last thing I posted, and it takes a lot of courage for me to write and post now. I used to be much more. Not anymore. I mean, I landed up, like my husband said, you've got to stop this, because I would land up in tears all the time. Now, that's not your problem. I'm too sensitive. Okay, whatever. I'm a bleeding heart. Whatever.
Right.
But
So am I. You probably don't know that.
Well, you may be. That's fine. But Richard wrote something. You know, there was an article about how many people were at that May meeting, and and I wrote something.
Which May meeting was that?
The May meeting that was the debate, the forum, the Bay Area meeting. That was the last.
Oh, yeah.
I finally got in my car. I said, I'm going to go to this. This is a forum debate. This should be interesting. I really want to hear what people have to say. And of course, busloads of people came in from outside the county. That was just not Marin people. It was not.
It was busloads?
Oh yeah, I talked to a number of people. They were not from Marin. Because I went around and started asking people, are you from Marin? Oh no, I'm from Marin. So I don't know how many busloads. Maybe it was one bus and a bunch of cars. I don't know what it was.
So is your perception that this is from outside the county?
No. It just added to the numbers. That's what I'm saying. But what I said to Richard in response to what he wrote something, and I said, listen, the problem here is that, the reason you're not hearing from other people doesn't necessarily mean that 95% of the people agree with you. It means that people don't think you're 50 to 10. And here's what happened to me. And I wrote about the story very similar here.
Right.
And I said I ended up leaving, and I had this budget, and I probably ran out of there. And I thought, why did I even think I could do this? Why did I think this would be civil? Why did I, really? And I just feel, so I wrote that, and his response completely ignored. I know, I wrote something like, additionally, it was concerning to me that there were only 5 people of color in the whole room, and all 5 of them were people with my perspective. And he wrote and he said, oh, so you have a problem with white people? You're going after white? And he starts coming after me that I have some
Well,
No. You take, it's straw man, and you know what that is.
No.
He didn't respond to anything I said. He pulled something out of context. All I said was, all I did, observation. I'm concerned that this is all was here, and I think we need to ask ourselves why. I never said anything against white people. I'm a white person.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
I've raised 13 kids, of which 7 are white. The other 6 are not. I was a long-time foster parent.
Right.
I'm a nice, decent, reasonable person.
Sure.
I was a long-time Democrat serving on the Central Committee, the DCCM. I was involved on the state level. I'm not some crazy idiot. Okay?
And we aren't either.
Just I assume you're not. But then why couldn't Richard respond and say, that kind of behavior is not okay, I don't support it?
I gotta say, what I'm hearing is you don't like other people having passionate ideas that are not your own. That's what I'm hearing here. So I